Rosie, I missed you.
Mwah. It's been too long.
Yes, it's been way too
A
long.
week is a really long time.
Welcome to the Rosie and Roula show. Marhaba.
G'day.
Rosie, hello.
Hi.
I never start with hello, right?
You don't. No.
Okay. I have a question for you. And okay, it's about a saying that some people have used. Ironically, one person used it. I don't know if you heard of Conor McGregor. He's a UFC fighter, a very bad person. He uses this word. And since I heard it from him, because he used it so many times at the time that he was famous, and every time he lost, he just say, it is what it is. And it prompts me every time. It's like, what do you mean with it is what it is? And I want to ask you, what is this? What do you think about it when someone would say it is what it is?
I find it so triggering, but I'm not sure I know why. It pisses me off. What do you mean it is what it is? It's almost like you're not taking accountability. Well, it is what it is. I cheated on my partner. It is what it is. What? But then I think there are scenarios too, it might be where something bad happens to you, it's out of your control, and people might say, well, it is what it is. And that pisses me off too. I mean, it is what it is. Can you actually feel something? Like something shitty happened to you, acknowledge you feel shit. Okay, it is what it is, but how are you feeling? Oh, it is what it is. Whatever. Move on. Really? No.
Wow. Okay, so you gave me two aspects for it. The first trigger is not being accountable, and the second one is not feeling connected to their emotions.
Yeah, the reality of your situation.
What if it's accepting? It's their way of accepting what it is.
It could be, but you know what? I think they're in fucking denial. That's what I think.
Do you think they would use it? Is it used when things don't go our way? Yeah, right?
I guess so.
I don't think like someone would have like did something incredibly good, satisfying, and then say it is what it is.
I probably know one person who I think might say that, but that's very unusual.
Because they're humble?
Humble, but it's also just like, own it. Let's have some feelings. It's this whole thing of, what's it called? Where you're just very level-headed and you don't really have big emotions. What's it called?
Psychopath? When you're a psychopath?
Well, yeah, that's not the word I was thinking of, but yeah. Ryan Halliday is one of the people who... Hang on. I've got the word on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, look it up. I want to know the word now.
I can't think of it. What is it? Stoicism. Stoicism.
Oh. Oof. Wow.
Which is touted as this good thing and a state of being you should strive to work towards. But we're humans. We are very emotional beings. We are driven by our emotions, not logic. We like to think we're very logical. In fact, we're not.
So we're driven by our emotions. And
I
saying
think so.
it is what it is like
you're cutting yourself off. Yeah, it's like suppressing your feelings. But am I out of my mind? What do you think?
You started with it's triggering, and yes, it triggers my anger. The expression, it is what it is. Because it seems to me like you have not accepted this, it's your accountability, your part. You have not learned from it. Like you're not looking at it in a way that what was my part in this result
Right, right.
and what were the circumstances? Because when someone would, if I went through something and someone said to me, "Ah, it is what it is," it kills me
Mm,
because I'm not settling for this.
I
I
agree.
want to know how
Give me the truth.
different can I do it? Give me the truth.
I
Yes.
think you and I are truth seekers. We seek the truth. It is what it is it feels very flippant and whatever. But if I try to be more empathetic and think about perhaps where the other person is coming from, maybe they're recognizing it's out of their control and that putting energy into getting caught up in negative emotions isn't going to serve them. Maybe that's where they're coming from.
That's
But
also a good point.
but
That
I'm not
could also
convinced.
be the other side for it.
Yeah. Perhaps that's where it's coming from, but they seem to skip the feeling part. I think you need the feeling part and the little tantrum before you get to, okay, I need to move forward now. I can't do anything about this. You got to go through the shit. Or do you think I'm just being self-sabotaging?
Oh, no, no. I mean, how can we learn from whatever happened if we're not analyzing it, if we're not going through
Mm.
back in our mind? Even, I'm not saying going into a negative thought circle or
Mm-mm.
a toxic positive
Right, yeah,
circle of
stuff that.
thoughts.
Yeah.
Just be responsible for what's going on and analyze it so that what is it that happened and why? It's
Mm.
when I heard it, for example, from Conor McGregor, I was like, this guy really have nothing to say. Saying
Mm.
it is what it is shows me that they have nothing to say. They have no self-reflection, no explanation for their
Are you
mistakes.
triggered because they're just stupid? Do you look at
Yeah,
that person and go, oh, you just have no brain cells? Is that what you're thinking?
not really. I don't think
Not
I had
really.
all this on my mind. It just, for me, it felt in a way, it's not a satisfying answer.
Yes, it's not
It's not
satisfying.
satisfying.
You and I are really deep people. We want to dig into it, want the juicy bits. But some people get overwhelmed by that. They don't want that. But I think those people are missing out.
In a way, probably those who use it as a mechanism of coping so that they
Mm.
don't go into negative circle, they don't dwell on what happened.
Right,
They
right.
could be using it in their own benefit.
Mm.
And I hope they do reflect in person. You know, it's confronting. Sometimes also you don't want to be vulnerable in front of others. And then you say it is what it is. So you show your strong face, you
Yes,
show
yes.
that you're not affected. It doesn't mean you don't want to move on and learn from it. We started quite harsh. But that's the
Mm.
good thing. Talking about it, it's bringing me to, could be they just want to save their face and they say it is what it is to protect themselves. And in
Protect
private, they are
themselves.
reflecting.
And perhaps, you know what's made me think of this next thought is I've had a friend having a hard time recently. And I got pissed off because they started not sharing. They started going, yeah, I'm fine. And I knew they were not fine. I could see they were just spiraling. Things were getting bad, but they would not admit it. And eventually I said something. I can't remember what it was, but, a bit of tough love. And they said, yeah, but if I say I'm not okay, I'm a burden to others. I said, well, okay, but you know what? You're being a burden now because they can see you're not okay and you're not letting them in.
Absolutely. Also, not letting them in and not showing that she's doing something to get out of it.
Ooh.
She doesn't
Ooh.
owe it to them to show it, but when you love someone and you care about someone, you want to see them getting better.
Yes, because you care. And when you get locked out, it's almost, it's a slap in the face. The other person They don't mean this, but what it can feel like is, I don't trust you enough to let you in. That's what it feels like. But the person who's not letting you in is trying to protect you. So it's this, nobody is helping anybody. It is
That's
what it
why
is.
vulnerability
Okay.
is so important.
Agreed. To a
Becoming
point.
vulnerable.
To a point.
With people
So
you
it is what it
trust, you mean?
is. Yeah, but also, is there too much vulnerability? Like, okay, yes, be vulnerable, but let's get on with the day now. We can't sit here for 24 hours straight and have these deep conversations. I mean, we maybe could. I think I would be exhausted. Being vulnerable is exhausting.
I see two sides for it. Being vulnerable is telling your truth and coming out of it. Being vulnerable is not complaining, and
Oh,
in Dutch
no,
we say
yeah.
zeuren. It's not like be that negative person. Vulnerable is telling your truth and telling what
Yeah.
you're going to do with it.
Oh, yes. And again, it comes back to accountability, Ruler. This is
Yeah,
so important to you and I. Tell the truth and what you're
yes.
going to do about it.
What
Accountability.
worries me, Rosie, with vulnerability, and maybe it is what it is, it's a way of protecting people. They protect themselves. When you are vulnerable about something, people who are not working on themselves, so you've been vulnerable towards someone you think you trust, someone you trust. And that person, if they're not also working on developing themselves, they can use it against you. They will use it against you. I will give you an example for, I think every woman been through this example. Okay, before you have your period, you're vulnerable. You have a lot of emotions. You have a headache. You're feeling tired. You're snappy. Before menstruation, it's a time for women to feel really like going to hell and back, actually.
We're bitches.
Yes, don't like to use this word. Shut up.
Okay. All right. Shut up. Yep. Bitch.
We become vulnerable. And then on the good days, other would hold it against you. Like, oh, you're going to be snappy. Or you remember when you were like, we couldn't talk to you because, and I'm not saying this is how vulnerability should be. I'm saying sometimes we don't know how vulnerability is and we are vulnerable and then it's used against us. Even if we say, I'm vulnerable today, I'm feeling I'm going to explode because so much going on inside of me. And on the day that you're feeling good, some person will be, oh, I'm not going to talk to you. You might be going through something. This is where vulnerability becomes dangerous in making you feel supported and in a safe environment. And it is what it
That's a
is.
big
It's a
topic.
way to protect people.
Not true.
The way to
This
protect
is true.
themselves, maybe.
So maybe it's okay.
For some people, if this is protecting them, yes. It could also be a question when someone in front of me would say, it is what it is. I hope I will have the guts and the right word to ask if they're okay with it.
Right.
Or if they think they could do something differently. It's a sensitive moment, and the question at that time should also be sensitive or sensible. I don't know
I've
what the
never
right
asked the
word.
question when someone said that, but I have a feeling that answer with the same. Oh, it's fine. It is what it is. Could be worse.
But that's it. We also have
At
to
least you've
accept
planted
it.
the seed. Yeah,
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
It is what it is, Rula.
Excellent. You planted the seed. We don't have to have an answer for every question.
Ooh, yeah. That's hard
Probably
for
the
people
other
like me.
person will let it simmer, will work with it.
Yes,
They
yes,
don't owe us an answer every time.
yes, they don't owe us an answer. So you and I are getting triggered by it is what it is. Maybe we're making it about ourselves.
Well,
They
I'm
don't
glad we
owe
had
us an
this
answer.
conversation because now
Huh?
when someone say it is what it is, I'll think twice before I get annoyed.
Yeah.
But
I'll
not
try
from
my
Conor
best not to.
McGregor and these toxic men, no. Or
Yes, I
toxic
take it you
women.
don't like him. Well, yes, this is true. In that case, I wouldn't feel comfortable saying it is what it is, because to me, if I say it is what it is to a situation like that, I'm saying it's okay. Or am I misinterpreting? My head, Ruler, this question has just got me in a head spin. What have you done?
Probably too, yeah. So then this is the end. It
is what it is. That's right. It is what it is, Ruler. Let us know. What are your thoughts?
Yes.
Is it what it is?
Share with us, please. How does this expression make you feel? Thank you for listening.
Bye.
Bye.
If you got a kick out of our conversation today, can you pretty please hit the follow button and share it with another opinionated person? This is the easiest way for you to support the show. It also gives Ruler and I the motivation
Rosie,
to keep
I have
going.
to stop you there. Stop telling people what to do. If they like to follow the show and share it, it's totally up to them. Guys, please, can you help us follow and share the show? Thank you so much. See you next time.
Said.